But talk to us about, believed in real estate, got involved in the brokerage, got over the hump of the pride that it takes to now you're offering a different type of service than your, sports and athletic acumen. Now you're offering a real estate service in a very competitive market. But talk about the transition about development. What did you see there? Your nose for money and business probably noticed something. What did you see to get involved in development?
Yeah. So I tried a little bit of everything. I was part owner of a brokerage, and I was in charge of like 100 agents like a few years ago and stuff. And I just I hated my life, right? Because there's like calls every night with like the same questions and everything. And I'm like, there must be like a better way to do this, right? And at the same time, I started doing like some smaller flips myself, and then it turned more into new builds. Cause like I've always said, like I wanna learn on my dime. I don't want want anyone else to pay for my mistakes, right? And with the money that I had from hockey and everything, I like obviously had like a little bit of like a cushion to work with too. So I started flipping and building spec homes and everything with my own money, and just really like the daily grind of it, and like the type of issues that come up. It's never the same issues over and over again. It kind of like changes, which keeps me on my toes, I feel like. And with the investors and stuff that I started to get from Canada, it wasn't that many that wanted to like buy a house here and just have it for when they're down. It like more turned into, we want to move money from Canada down to the US. The way that the US dollar is just getting stronger and stronger and stronger, right? So that's when I turned from me from like just being an agent to a developer. So like I did about like 5, 6 homes myself, and then I'm like, okay, I'm like starting to get the hang of this. Like now I can start taking on investors' money, and that's what I've been doing for like the last 3.5, four
Sure.
years now.
Nice.
Yeah,
Sure. No, it's a dynamic, fluid business. There's a lot of moving parts rather
yeah,
than just getting on phones, cold calling, or dealing as a broker. Being a builder or developer is a lot more dynamic, and I'm sure it suits you because I enjoyed it as well. I used to be a real estate agent at some point as well, which I didn't really do well in, but I did much better as a general contractor, as a developer. But when you were looking around, you just come to this new country, I'm sure you got your license down there trying to do brokerage. You're very competitive naturally because you're an athlete. Were you looking around and seeing clients or your peers or other brokers who were selling homes for people and seeing the margins they were making? Was that another reason you even looked at fix and flipping or developing ground up development?
yeah. No, 100%. I mean, when I started with the brokerage that I'm with right now, my two bosses are two German guys, and they started like about 2 years before me. So they've always been like 2 years ahead of me. So that comes back to like the underdog mentality and everything, right?
Right.
But I've always tried to catch up to them, right? And they kind of showed me the ropes when it came to like the development side and everything. And then like I just went through like the trial and errors in like finding the right builder for the right project, finding the architect, finding the designer and the pool guy and the landscaper and everything, right? So, um,
Building your team, like
yeah, exactly.
you're building your
Yeah,
team and
exactly.
bringing your players.
So once I got my team together, that's like when I felt comfortable moving to like the next step. But like it was definitely some trial and error in the beginning, because you always think that you can save money there by using this guy because he says that he can do it for this much and
Mhm.
everything. It's just like you learn that like eventually it's like the money is like always around the same for these guys, right? And if someone says that it can do it for 20% lower, like that's in my experience never gonna be true in the long run.
Yeah, you get what you pay for.
Yeah.
That's the old
Yeah.
old adage,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's very true in the construction space. People always try to underbid, but then the amount of brain damage that you get as a developer hiring somebody who is 20% cheaper is not worth it many
No.
times. And sometimes the material they use and the mess they make at the
And
job
you have to
site.
babysit them, and
And
yeah.
so you have to have your site super, who
Yeah.
that's another layer of cost that oversees these contractors who come.